Okay, the first thing you want to do on the purple plan to build your meal is you start with a 0-point food, you add some vegetables, you bump up the flavor with some different spice items, and you include some fats. Well, hello, Carrie from Weight Watchers with Carrie came up with a pretty good idea. There's so many people out there that are switching over to different plans, and they're kind of curious how the different ones work for WW. So Carrie is going to do the green plan. Joan from Joan's Pointed Plate is doing the blue plan, and I'm doing the purple plan. So let's get started and let's see how it goes. I think this is a really good idea, and I wanted to thank Carrie for inviting me. Okay, we're going to start to build our meal, and I'm going to give you some different options for breakfast. For breakfast, I usually start off with some oatmeal. 1 cup is 0 points on the purple plan. The diet cranberry juice is 0 points on the purple plan. I have a banana and a grapefruit, and you have to get a fat in with each meal. The 2% milk is what I use. If you use 1/4 cup, it's 1 point on the purple plan. And if you use 1/3 cup, 1/3 cup of milk on the purple plan, it's 2 points. I usually just use 1/4 cup, and then I use 1 cup of the dried oatmeal. So that is my 1 point breakfast. But if you use a little bit more milk, it depends on the milk you use. But that's your fat and that's your protein. So that's the first choice. Okay, a second option for breakfast would be these Kodiak Pancakes. They're a little high in points, but they're very filling. And there's 14 grams of protein in it. And it's 5 points for 1/2 cup of the dry mix. And if you use the sugar-free syrup, if you use 1/4 cup up to once you get, it's a 1 point up to 1/2 cup. Once you've reached 1/2 cup, it's 2 points then. And then I always have a fruit with it, so I'll have a grapefruit and some raspberries. And usually I'll have a cup of tea. So this is the second breakfast option. It's 7 points. It could be 6, but 7 usually. Okay, another breakfast choice would be eggs, which is your protein. You can make them scrambled, fried, poached, soft-boiled. These are hard-boiled, so you can have eggs. And with it, you can have some bacon, the center-cut bacon from Kroger's, the private selection. Two slices is 1 point, 4 slices is 3 points. And then I always have a cup of tea, have some toast. The light whole grain is 35 calories, and it's 1 point for 2 slices. And a banana and some raspberries. What I like to do with the raspberries is I smash them up and then I put them on my toast for my jelly. But you can buy sugar-free Smucker's jelly if you want, or any kind of sugar-free jelly. They're 0 points. So that's another option for breakfast on the purple plan. Okay, another breakfast choice on the purple plan is French toast. I'm not sure if I told you the right points for the last time for the toast, but it's 2 points for 2 slices. So you have 2 slices of bread for your base of your French toast. Scramble your eggs. Sugar-free syrup, as I told you, is 1 point up to 1/2 cup. Then it's 2 points. 2 points for a tablespoon of butter to put on your French toast if you want. Some strawberries, cup of tea, and a banana. So that comes to 2, 3, 5 point breakfast. Okay, another breakfast choice is you have 1 slice of Ezekiel bread for 2 points. And you put some of this holy guacamole, 3 points for 1 container. Have a hard-boiled egg, have some strawberries, and a cup of tea. And you are talking a 5 point breakfast. Okay, another breakfast choice is have your eggs any way you want them. I have 1/2 of the Landers plain bagel for 3 points. If you eat the whole bagel, it's 6 points. Then I put a Laughing Cow cheese spread on it for 1 point. And then I have my banana and my grapefruit and then a cup of tea. So it's a 3-4 point breakfast on the purple plan. Okay, another option for breakfast is just plain cereal. 1 3/4 cups of Rice Krispies is 4 points. 1 cup of Cheerios is 3 points. And 1 1/4 of Wheaties is 3 points. And then your egg, and then your fruit, whatever fruit you want. I usually use a cup of milk then. That would be 5 points with my cup of tea. So it would either be an 8-point breakfast or a 9-point breakfast. I only get 16 points, so if I choose a cereal in the morning, I have to be really conscious of what I'm eating for my other 2 meals. But these are a different option that you could try. Okay, on to lunch. We're going to have a sandwich for lunch. So I'm going to have an extreme wellness wrap for 1 point. I'm going to put 2 ounces of carved turkey breast from the carving board from Oscar Mayer for 1 point. I'm going to use provolone, or Swiss cheese is 2 points. Provolone, if you get the Sargento thin sliced, you get 3 slices for 3 points. But I'm going to use the Swiss cheese. I always put a holy guacamole on there because I like guacamole on my sandwich, which is 3 points. And then I put spinach. The way I build my sandwiches, I start off with my extreme wellness wrap. I spread the whole container of the holy guacamole on top of that. Then I put spinach on top of that. And then I put 2 ounces of turkey, 1 ounce of Swiss cheese, and then I put the mustard on it, and then I roll it up. And I usually have a fruit of some kind for dessert, whether it's strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, an apple, or something like that. And then I either have a cup of tea or just a glass of water. So that's one choice for lunch. I did forget to mention that the previous lunch was 7 points with the sandwich. But then a lot of times what I'll have is I'll just have a half a cup of cottage cheese. I use the full fat cottage cheese, which is 3 points. I use the pineapple with his own juice. I don't use the juice. I strain and just have just the pineapple chunks. When you scan it, it shows differently, but I asked my, I don't know, leader, I don't know what they're called, guide, whatever they're called. Anyway, I asked her, and she said as long as you don't drink the juice, that it's 0 points. Then I have a cup of tea, and I have 1 ounce of turkey breast, and then I slice up a vegetable of some kind, tomato, cucumber, and that's my lunch. So that would be a 4-point lunch. Okay, another choice for lunch is an egg salad sandwich. Your eggs are always going to be 0. I use a tablespoon of Miracle Whip. I don't know about mayonnaise. I don't eat mayonnaise, so I don't know. But a tablespoon of Miracle Whip is 1 point. I know it's an odd combination with an egg salad sandwich, but I do like a glass of lemonade. It's 1 point for 8 ounces or 3 points for 16 ounces. 8 ounces is enough for me, so I just have 8 ounces of that. If you want a heartier multigrain bread, in Michigan we have a hillbilly bread. I don't know if they have it all around the United States, but this multigrain bread is 3 points for 2 slices. Or if I use the Aunt Millie's light whole grain, it's 2 slices for 2 points. And then I always have a fruit for dessert. Today I just grabbed an apple. So it's 0 for the egg, 0 for the apple, 1, 2, and whether you're going to use this 3, so that would be 3, 4, 5, or a 4-point lunch. So that's another option for lunch, is an egg salad sandwich. Okay, another option for lunch is just a grilled cheese sandwich. I don't have the original packaging, but Velveeta cheese is 1 point for 1 slice, but if you use 2 slices, it's 3 points. And then a tablespoon of the whipped butter is 2 points for your bread. Once again, whatever bread you choose, either 3 points or 2 points. And then I have strawberries for my dessert. And once again, lemonade, 1 point for 8 ounces. So depending on how you make your sandwich, it can either be a 3, 5, or an 8-point lunch, or it can be a 3, 5, or 7-point lunch. Or it could even be a 1, 2, 3, 6, depending on how you do it. But that's another option for lunch. Another option for lunch is just a tuna fish sandwich. I like these little individual cans of the Bumblebee. It's a perfect size. It's 0 points. 1 point for my extreme wellness wrap, or 3 points for the hillbilly bread, or 2 points for the light whole grain, whatever one I pick. I always like to put celery. Sometimes I put onions in it, in my tuna, but I always add something to my tuna. I always use a tablespoon of Miracle Whip, and then I have some pineapple chunks or some sort of fruit. Always with all of your meals, you can always add, build your meal up, bulk it up with vegetables, cucumbers, tomatoes, peppers. Anything you want to add, 0 points, you can add it. My Simply Light lemonade is 1 point for 8 ounces and 3 points for 16. You notice that I have labels on everything. We just opened up this jar, so I haven't been able to put anything on it yet. But that's a different option for lunch. So it'd be either a 4 point, or 5 point rather, or a 7 point, or an 8 point, depending on which ones you use. Okay, on to snacks. Pretzels, 1 ounce of pretzels are 3 points. If you eat pretzel rods, they're 1 point each. If you have a Stella Dora hard breadstick, those are 1 point each also. Pickles are 0. I like to just eat a pickle once in a while. Sometimes I like pickles with cheese. These are 2 points for 1 mozzarella stick and 3 points for the Sargento cheddar cheese. You get 5 crackers for 3 points, and then I usually put some Laughing Cow cheese on it for 1 point each. Banana 0, grapefruit 0, apple 0. You can always have vegetables of any kind. This is all I have because I haven't gone to the market yet, but I have tomatoes, celery, and cucumbers. I also have broccoli and cauliflower that I usually have that I cut up, and carrots, you know, vegetables in general. Unsweetened applesauce is 0 points. The Built Bars are 3 points unless you eat the peanut butter one, which the peanut butter one, I don't know if I got one because I think I ate, oh, here it is here. The peanut butter is 4 points for the Built Bars. A Fudgicle from Weight Watchers is 4 points, but a Dairy Queen one I think is 3. Now if you just want candy, 1 Tootsie Pop, 3 points. 3 little Hershey Kisses, 3 points. So it does add up. Oh, also, a lot of times I like to just have some 28 grams of turkey pepperoni, which is 16 of them. So that's a pretty good deal too for a snack. So those are some different snack ideas. I did forget about the granola bars. They're 4 points each, which are a little high, but you know what? They are pretty good in a pinch. Okay, what I love about dinner are there are so many choices for dinner. So if you have a higher point breakfast and lunch, you can kind of rein it in for dinner because all of your vegetables are 0 points. Like frozen mixed vegetables, my sweet corn, my peppers that I use for my stir fries, they're 0 points. Whole wheat pasta, 0 points. Brown rice, 0 points. Mushrooms, onions, peppers, you name it, 0 points. So you can really build a meal on your 0 points and really be very filling with it at the same time. And then you just add in the extra things that might cause you some points. I have lots of stuff in my freezer. I have some turkey soup, which I've made homemade myself, which is 2 points. I have a 1 point chili. I have a 0 point vegetable soup. This is a mystery because I made this before I got my labels. But whatever it is, I know it's really good. It's like refried beans and it's a mystery food. But I know it was 0 points. But then you can also have, which we had ham one day. So I just portioned out the ham so that I know that it's ham. I wrote on it that it's 4 points. It was 4 points on the blue. And now it's 3 points for 2 ounces on the purple. So I might have to change that, but I'm going to just double check it. My hamburger or ground sirloin, I use this to make tacos. It's 4 points for that, for the tacos. Pork chops are 3 points for 3 ounces, and then for every ounce over that, you just add a point. Chicken is 0, so you can really build a meal on that. But let me also show you some other choices for dinner that you could make. Okay, a choice for dinner would be tacos. I use ground sirloin, which is 4 points, but if you like ground turkey, which is 99% fat free, it's 0 points. So you'd save 4 points right there. I'm going to have to start liking ground turkey. So, but it's 4 points, and then it's 4 points. This is going to be a high point dinner, let me just tell you from the get-go. But it's 4 points for me for the ground sirloin, 4 points for a quarter cup of Colby Jack, 1 point for the extreme wellness wrap, and 3 points for a half a cup of the refried beans. The no-fat traditional rosar, these two are 3 points. So I had bought these in the past, but now I switched to this because I'd rather just have the full fat. And 0 for your black beans, and 0 for your taco sauce. So that would be, for me, a before a 9-point dinner. Or it could be a 5-point dinner. Oh, I'm sorry, 4, 8, 9, oh, 12. Yeah, that's a high point dinner for me. Sorry about that. Forget that this is ground sirloin. Make sure it's ground turkey. Ground turkey. Pretend this is ground turkey. 0, then 4, 5, and 3 is 8. So that's an 8-point dinner. Or you could go with the traditional tortilla, flour tortilla, which is 4 points. Once in a while I do like to do that. 4 points, so it'd be 4, 8, 11, and then 0 for my ground turkey. I'm going to start liking ground turkey. I can see that right now. So that's one option for a dinner. Now on this plan, the purple plan, you can still have this large of a meal. You just have to plan for your breakfast and lunch to be smaller because you get 16 points. So build up your breakfast and your lunch to really enjoy this, because when I do it, it's going to be 4, 8, 9. It's going to be a 12-point dinner. So I'm going to have to use just 4 points for my breakfast and lunch, which is fully possible on this plan. Another choice you could have for dinner is just making your own little pizza. Rather than using a pizza crust, I sometimes use this wellness wrap. What I do is I put it in the oven and on 350 for about 10 minutes just to kind of harden up the shell, the burrito. And then I use the pizza squeeze, which is 1 point for a quarter cup, which to me is more than enough. I'm not a big sauce person. 2 points for a quarter cup of the mozzarella cheese, and 1 point for the turkey pepperoni. And then I have some Simply Light lemonade with it. So this particular pizza dinner is 1, 3, 4, 5 points. So I'm showing you that you can do it. I know that taco was kind of high, but every once in a while you got to splurge. That's the way I think. But if you don't want to use the extreme wellness wrap, I have used the pita bread myself for the pizza crust, and it's 2 points for a half of the crust, or 4 for the whole, and then you just use the same with all the rest, and that's a nice choice for dinner. Okay, the first thing you want to do on the purple plan to build your meal is you start with a 0-point food, you add some vegetables, you bump up the flavor with some different spice items, and you include some fats. Okay, here's a list of all the 0-point foods on the purple plan, and there are quite a few, as you can see. You can't tell me you can't find something you don't like, that's for sure. Okay, there's so many, they put them on 2 pages. I think the purple plan offers you the most 0-point foods. That's why they're so limited on your points, because you only get 16 points on the purple plan. And that is due to the fact that there are so many 0-point foods that you can choose from. So that's the 0-point foods. Well, here are the top tracked food items. And the next set of trap. I have to learn how to do better editing. This is the best I can do. I so apologize, but hopefully you get the drift. Well, once again, I'd like to thank Carrie over at Weight Watchers with Carrie for asking me to be part of this collab for the Purple Plan for WW, Build a Meal. Go over to her channel. I'll leave the link down below. Also go over to Joan from Joan's Pointed Plate. She's doing the blue plan. Check out her suggestions. And once again, thank you so much for watching the video. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section down below. Please leave me a comment. Let me know what plan you're following. I'm kind of curious to see which ones people are leaning towards. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe, leave a comment, and like it. And if you think somebody might like it, share it with somebody. I do a daily vlog. On Saturdays, I do a weekly highlight meeting. I go over the meeting highlights. I do recipes occasionally. I do tags. We have a lot of fun over here. So if you're first time into my channel, please subscribe, put that notification bell on, and go down in the description box below and go check out Carrie and Joan over at Joan's Pointed Plate and Carrie over at Weight Watchers with Carrie. I promise you, you will not be disappointed.